Lost at Sea. The last morning. The Morgan family loved the sea. Every summer, they packed their bags and drove to the coast. They rented a small white boat and spent 3 or 4 days on the water. It was their tradition. It was their happiness. Daniel Morgan was 42 years old. He was tall, with dark hair and quiet eyes. He worked as an engineer in the city, but on the water, he felt free. His wife, Sarah, was 38. She had a warm smile and a loud laugh that made everyone around her feel safe. Their daughter, Claire, was 11 years old. She had her mother's eyes and her father's silence. She loved reading books on the boat while the wind moved her hair. That summer, they left on a Friday morning. The sky was clear and blue. The weather report said it would stay calm for 5 days. Daniel checked the boat carefully before they left the dock. Everything looked fine. The engine worked well. The life jackets were in place. The radio was on. "Ready?" Daniel asked. "Always ready," Sarah said, smiling. Claire was already sitting at the front of the boat, her book open on her lap. They moved slowly away from the dock. The town became smaller and smaller behind them. The sea opened wide in front of them, green and quiet. By noon, they were far from the coast. Daniel cooked simple sandwiches on the small gas stove. They ate together, laughing and talking. Sarah told a funny story about her co-worker. Claire asked her father questions about the fish below the water. It was a perfect day. That afternoon, the wind changed. It started slowly. First, small clouds appeared on the horizon. Then the water began to move differently. In short, choppy waves that rocked the boat from side to side. Daniel watched the sky carefully. "It's probably nothing," he said quietly, but his voice did not sound sure. By 4 o'clock, the clouds had covered the sun completely. The wind was strong now and cold. The waves were higher. The boat moved up and down sharply. Sarah held Claire's hand. "Daniel, should we go back?" Sarah asked. "I'm trying to reach the coast on the radio," Daniel said. He picked up the radio and called the harbor. There was only static. He tried again. Nothing. The storm came fast. Within 30 minutes, the sky was almost black. Rain hit the boat like rocks. The waves were now 3 meters high, sometimes more. Daniel held the wheel with both hands and tried to keep the boat straight, but the sea was too strong. A large wave hit the left side of the boat hard. Sarah fell. Claire screamed. Daniel turned to help, but another wave came from the right and the boat tilted sharply. Water poured over the sides. "Put on your life jackets!" Daniel shouted. "Now!" Sarah grabbed Claire and helped her with the jacket. Daniel held the wheel with one hand and pulled his jacket on with the other. The rain was so heavy he could barely see. Then the biggest wave came. It was dark and tall and moved like a wall of water. Daniel saw it for only 1 second before it hit them. Everything went white, then black. Alone. Daniel woke up on something hard. He opened his eyes slowly. His head was heavy and his body hurt everywhere. He was lying on a small rocky beach. The sun was already up. The storm was gone. The sea was calm and quiet now, as if nothing had happened. He sat up and looked around. The boat was gone. Most of it. He could see 2 broken pieces of wood floating near the shore, but nothing else. His life jacket was still on. It had saved him. "Sarah!" he shouted. His voice echoed off the rocks. No answer. "Claire?" Silence. He stood up slowly and walked along the beach, calling their names. He searched for an hour. He found one of Sarah's sandals near a rock. He found Claire's book. wet and ruined. Washed up on the sand, he found nothing else. The island was small. It had trees, fresh water from a small stream, and some wild fruit. Daniel survived for 11 days before a fishing boat found him. He was thin, sunburned, and barely able to speak. But he was alive. When the rescue team heard his story, they searched the sea for 6 days. They found pieces of the boat. They found one life jacket. They found nothing more. After 3 weeks, the official report was written. Sarah Morgan and Claire Morgan were listed as missing, presumed dead. Daniel went home alone. The years after. The house felt wrong without them. Every room had a memory. Sarah's coffee cup was still on the kitchen shelf. Claire's shoes were still near the front door. Daniel could not move these things. He could not throw them away. He just walked past them every day and felt the emptiness grow inside him. He stopped working for a year. He stopped calling friends. He stopped going outside unless he needed food. His sister Laura came to visit him every week. She cooked for him. She cleaned the house. She sat with him and sometimes said nothing at all because there was nothing to say. Slowly, over 2 years, Daniel started to live again. Not fully, not happily, but enough. He went back to work. He moved to a smaller apartment on the other side of the city. He left the house to his sister. He could not live there anymore. He never went near the sea again. Every year on the date of the storm, he lit 2 candles. One for Sarah, one for Claire. He sat alone and remembered the last morning. The sandwiches, the blue sky, Claire's book, Sarah's laugh. Then he went to sleep. 8 years passed this way. The phone call. It was a Tuesday evening in November when his phone rang. Daniel was sitting at his kitchen table reading. He looked at the screen. Unknown number. He almost did not answer. He answered on the last ring. Hello? Silence for a moment. Then a young voice, a girl's voice. Is this Daniel Morgan? Daniel froze. Yes, he said slowly. Who is this? Another silence. Then the voice spoke again, very quietly. It's Claire. Daniel did not move. He did not speak. He could not. His hand holding the phone began to shake. Dad, it's me. I'm alive. The truth. Claire's story came out slowly, over many conversations and many tears. On the night of the storm, she had been pulled underwater by the wave. Her life jacket brought her back up, but she was far from the boat. She swam and floated for hours in the dark water, holding on to a piece of broken wood. By morning, she was near a small fishing village on the coast of another country. A local family found her on the beach. She was 6 years old in her memory. No, 11. But the shock had taken her voice for 3 days. She could not speak. She could not tell them her name or where she came from. She only cried. The family took her in. They were kind people. A husband and wife with no children of their own. They named her Lena and raised her as their daughter. They tried to find her family through the local authorities, but the search was small and quiet in that country, and it did not connect to the international report about the Morgan family. Claire grew up not knowing her real name, but when she was 19, she found a wet, almost destroyed photo inside an old bag the family had saved from the beach. In the photo were 3 people on a boat: a tall man with dark hair, a woman with a warm smile, and a small girl with a book in her hand. She recognized the girl immediately. It was her. It took her 2 more years to find Daniel. She searched online. She contacted organizations that helped missing people. She wrote letters. She made phone calls. And finally, on a Tuesday evening in November, she called the right number. Together again. Daniel drove 14 hours to meet her. He did not fly. He could not wait in an airport. He needed to move, to do something with his hands, to feel the road under him. Laura offered to come with him. He said no. This moment had to be his alone. He arrived at a small hotel in the morning. Claire was waiting in the lobby. She was 19 now. Tall, dark hair, quiet eyes. His eyes. They looked at each other across the room for a long moment. Neither of them moved. Then Claire took one step forward, and Daniel crossed the room in 3 long steps and held his daughter for the first time in 8 years. He did not say anything. He could not. He just held her and closed his eyes. Later, they sat in the hotel restaurant and talked for 5 hours. Claire told him everything. Daniel told her everything. They cried. They laughed. They ordered food and forgot to eat it. They talked about Sarah, about the boat, about the blue sky on that last perfect morning. She was laughing, Daniel said, right before the storm. She was telling a story and laughing. Claire nodded slowly. I remember, she said. I remember her laugh. They stayed in that town for 3 days before driving back together. Claire sat in the passenger seat and looked out at the countryside passing by. Daniel drove carefully and quietly. After an hour, Claire spoke. Do you still have her coffee cup? She asked. Daniel looked at her, surprised. Yes, he said. I never moved it. Claire nodded and looked back out the window. Good, she said softly. Outside, the sky was clear and blue. If you enjoy these English audio stories, support the channel with a like and follow for new content every week. إذا أعجبك هذا النوع من القصص الصوتية لتعلم الإنجليزية، ادعمني بالإعجاب والمتابعة لمحتوى جديد كل أسبوع.